And I still want to uncover the mystery of whether or not this person is a gamer or not. They look like it.
Ever been a little confused by someone? You've noticed them and maybe thought the eye contact was a little longer than usual, but nah, maybe they were spacing out. They've been
So
pretty nice.
that's a good video for all of these clueless people who think that that no one likes them because or that people don't like them because they have a, I don't know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or because for some reason they think that those people shouldn't be together or whatever. But no, it's a good video to learn from.
To lately, but it could also be because you let them have the last donut in the lunchroom last week. Who knows? You want to know. Maybe they are that into you, or maybe you're making something out of nothing. We don't want to jump the gun and freak someone out, right? Fortunately. Although people can have a poker face, they don't have poker body. So, to see if there's a good chance someone is into you, look out for signs like, number 1, they open up to you. Sure, you talk with them, but when it happens, are you finding that they...
This could also be a friendship sign, but more often than not, like when you have that sort of connection with someone, like when someone just starts talking to you about their, you know, private things or private life or whatever, like there's normally something going on there. Yeah, the voice is so soothing. I love these videos. Like I'm so addicted to them. I'm sorry guys, you're gonna watch them with me.
They open up to you, talking about real and personal things, or maybe even asking for advice. If so, that's a sign of trust, which is a pretty healthy part of the recipe to liking someone. You'd never open up a vulnerability to someone you dislike, after all. Yes, we know that trust...
The problem comes when you have like a person who you're sharing things with as a friend, and they share things back with you, but like on their end it's more than friendship, but you don't realize that because you're just like sharing as a friend, and you're like establishing, like from their perspective, you're establishing this like romantic connection that they see, but you are just clueless about.
is also a part of being friends. But remember that being a good friend is also one of the foundations of a strong, healthy, romantic relationship. So you might simply have a good friend, but opening up to someone could also make you fall in love with the person.
I'll be honest, like usually like I've never ever started my friendship like this. Usually when you go out and talk to these like super sensitive things about someone, about yourself to someone, for me at least, more often than not, it was a relationship thing, because friends do these things over time. But you know, these uh like meetups that you'll have with like new people where you suddenly just start talking about like really deep things, and you like spend the whole night getting to know each other or whatever, that usually doesn't grow into friendship but turns into a relationship instead. And I think that's what most people do with friends. Those things happen over time. Sometimes someone's gonna be a like a long time friend, like with you, and then you'll just occasionally share someone. You're not gonna like, I don't know, drop the bomb with like all your personal stuff on them and, you know, hope for the best.
Either way, it's pretty sweet to know you're trusted. Number 2, they don't mention or converse about other people in their lives. Do you find that when you're having a conversation with this person, the only protagonist in the story is either themselves or you? Maybe you've even tried to ask them if they're seeing someone, and they just veer right off the topic. Although you could suspect that they have some sort of talk show level secret in their love lives.
Like I think this is what will happen when a person who likes you, they'll have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but they're talking to you, but like they will try to act like their partner doesn't exist, and like when you ask them, they're just gonna try to like derail the topic and just be like, oh yeah, never mind that.
A more likely reason is their feelings for you. This exclusion of others in conversation is keeping themselves in your focus and as available to you. They might even throw in some mild, self-depreciating comments like, I guess it's a solo Valentine for me this year.
Aww.
You could even gauge their reaction by responding with something like, is that a hint? Or, is that a good thing? If you're interested, offer to fix the situation. Number 3, they clean up real nice around you. If you know someone whose everyday uniform is a gray or black hoodie and jeans, but when they meet up with you, they're always wearing nice clothes you've never seen before.
It's so much better if they just overall clean up nice and not just around you, because if they are not that kind of person, once you actually commit to that relationship, you find yourself in a situation where you just have someone who's given up on trying to charm you and they're overall messy.
Or they mention their achievements to you, despite this not being part of their usual conversation type. Basically, does it seem sometimes like they're showcasing their stuff to have you look at them? It could very well be that they're doing it to prove they're great partner material. It could also just mean they have serious insecurity issues, but then they'd be more likely to be boastful in general, not presenting to you specifically, like a peacock mating dance. Number 4, they often compliment you. Whoa,
Well,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get all worked out because someone said you had a nice shirt the other day. This is a repeated and frequent behavior.
And like those compliments will usually be just like a little deeper than like the normal compliments. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, you look nice today" or whatever. Like people who are trying to woo you, they're gonna go past like the physical appearance. They're not gonna go call you cute or beautiful or whatever. They're gonna say something that they suspect is going to hit home for you and like kind of, hit you hard as a compliment and be like, "Oh, this person appreciates me."
But subtle. The person is trying to hide their crush on you, so it's not going to be as straightforward as, "You're breathtaking and I want to be with you." They'll sneak it in, either consciously or unconsciously, but it'll happen fairly often, and often from the side. They might ask you, "New shirt?" and then follow it up with, "Yeah, looks good." Then, when your friends want a suggestion for eats, they'll pipe up to volunteer your expertise, since you have such great taste. Of course, this person could just be complimentary in general, so observe if you're either the only one being complimented or if the niceties fall heavily in your favor. Number 5, they participate in your social media. Checking on
Oh
social
yeah.
media alone is just everyday life now. It's not unusual to follow everyone on everything. What is unusual, and could well be a sign of something more, is how much attention they pay to your social media.
I think people who are trying to hide things are normally just unaware of how obvious these notifications are on the other side. Like when someone just like spams your Instagram into oblivion, you get like 50 notifications, and you're like, "Whoa, there's something there."
And you can tell by their participation in it, the likes and comments. This is even more apparent if you know they almost never comment anywhere else, or if they faithfully comment and react to everything you post, and only giving a random thumbs up to other people. This could mean they spend their free time scrolling through your feed, wishing they were with you in whatever stories that feed tells.
Aw.
If you get a notification saying they liked your pic from 36 weeks ago, you know what's up. And they haven't been notified because
True.
they think you now think they're creepy. Be nice. It happens. And number 6, others tell you they might like you. Emotions serve their purpose, but boy, do they ever make things confusing. This is where you use your lifeline, also known as your friends. Others, because they aren't mired in the soup of feelings, can usually see more clearly and objectively.
Sometimes friends will say all kinds of crap because they just really want you to find someone, and sometimes they will, I don't know, read things in the wrong way. But most of the time, I think that even if you want to be blind to something, that if you have a friend around you who like tells you that someone likes you, they normally see stuff that you're either not seeing or refusing to see.
This is especially true if you and the person in question hang out together in a group, because then they can observe changes to how this person acts around you versus when you're absent. Also, they have a better chance at hearing if they ask about you or talk about you. They can then give you a verdict, unclouded by personal goals. Life is complex. Humans are too.
I love how that thing that they did looks like the Vex mode from Final Fantasy.
So even though the signs mentioned could indicate beyond platonic affection, this list isn't a checklist for certainty. They just have a higher probability towards maybe something more. So you can know if you have a solid reason to investigate further. Remember at the end of the day that affection, bonding, and love are all positives, regardless of whether this person likes you like that or simply likes you and wants to be a closer friend. It's a good thing. You can always share the love with us. Feel free to tell us how much you like us in the comments and
Aw.
confirm it with the like button. See you soon.
I really like these videos. I hope you guys enjoy them too, even though they're, not Final Fantasy. But they're still really nice to talk about, I think. Just to take care more of things. Like for as long as that is something that you kind of incorporate into your personality and decide to actually change for the better, and not just kind of I don't know, pretend to be like that just so that you can charm that person, but then go back to, being the way you were before you met them, then that can lead to disappointment. But allowing someone to change you like that is a good thing. Friend who loved to mess with others, so his opinion would be handicapped. Oh, that's pretty bad. Do you know what? I actually had a friend like that too. Someone who, in his head, would like imagine two people who would go really well together, and then he would simultaneously talk to both of these people and try to make them think that the other person likes them. And funnily enough, he has matchmade. Can you say matchmade as a past tense? I don't know. Anyway, he has gotten a few, good couples together who are together to this day. But sometimes it just creates confusion within, like, the community that you hang around with. So he did get some friends to not be friends anymore. So it's a double-edged sword for sure.